So the case which has now turned into a whole national discussion is the killing of this young journalist who used to work with Ace investigative journalist Anas Aremiyao Anas. And as we said earlier on, the background of the story all has to do with that he had a call whilst he was at work that his daughter was sick, so he should rush home quickly and then come and take the daughter to the hospital. On the way coming, this young man who lived at Medina, some motormen crossed him, shot him 3 times through the car window. 2 times was on his neck and 2 times was on his chest and 1 was on his neck. He died on the spot. This particular killing has attracted a lot of people to look up to this particular issue. If you look at influences like the BBC, FIFA, many international bodies are weighing in. That the country and also the president of the Republic of Ghana, together with our police service, should make sure that we grab the perpetrators, those who committed this crime, in no time, because it undermines the work of journalism and the free spirit of journalism in this country. This particular case is going on, and every day and every time you are getting new clues to the murder, those who caused it, and those who even had a hand in this particular thing. As we said earlier on, our own MP for Asin Central, Kennedy Ohini Agyapong, who sometimes said on his Net2 TV that they should, wherever they see this young man, they should beat him, they should lynch him and all of that. Now this man is dead, and as far as we know, the police have called him, and then he's even assisting in investigation, even though he's not in the country. The latest to weigh in all of this particular case, breaking news reaching Pinax TV as at now, indicates that Kwesi Nyantakyi, who some time ago was caught in a shady deal or a deal gone bad, whilst Ace investigative journalist Anas Aremiyao Anas and the late Ahmed Hussein Swale, they formed a team and they disguised themselves like some Arabian investors or some sheikh investors who wanted to invest in our national football. So they trapped Kwesi Nyantakyi, and then he fell into the trap when they gave him money that he should take and a whole lot of things. You guys saw the video. He mentioned the president's name, and this particular thing led to the removal of Kwesi Nyantakyi. So yes, breaking news reaching Pinax TV as at now indicates that the Ghana Police Service have said that a team of detectives and other experts have interrogated the former Ghana Football Association boss, talking about our own Kwesi Nyantakyi. According to the Ghana Police Service, they interrogated Kwesi Nyantakyi because in the statement that he wrote some time ago, when the police called him that some investigation or some expose that was done on him, he mentioned names, and he should also come and say his statement, what really happened or what really transpired. The statements, as you are showing on the screens, the Sheikh Al-Thani that they were talking about, Ahmed Swale, was the person who disguised himself as the Sheikh Al-Thani. So they are saying that once Kwesi Nyantakyi saw their face and later realized that the people whom he was dealing with were not real people, they were people who were trying to trap him, then Kwesi Nyantakyi might have a hand in the killing of this young man. So because of that, the Ghana Police Service needed to quickly interrogate him. In one of the statements that we got from Joy FM as shown on the screen, it reads, the service said a statement has been taken from Kwesi Nyantakyi as the deceased played a key role in the number 12 documentary by renowned undercover journalist Anas Aremiyao Anas. In a statement Monday signed by ACP David Ekulu, giving an update on Mr. Hussein Swale's death, the Criminal Investigation Department confirmed that they have started extensive and rigorous investigation into the unfortunate killing of Mr. Hussein Swale. The CID has and continues to interrogate other persons of interest, as well as the following multiple significant lists it added. So basically, the person that they are interrogating here, or according to the Ghana Police Service, the DSP, what he's saying that they have finally confirmed that they have interrogated Mr. Kwesi Nyantakyi on the death of Ahmed Hussein Swale, and they have even taken his statement, yes, following the fact that some time ago when they did an expose on Kwesi Nyantakyi about the football shady, the number 12 expose that everybody saw, Kwesi Nyantakyi came out and even said that one guy who dressed like the Sheikh Al-Thani, so note here, the Sheikh Al-Thani that Kwesi Nyantakyi was talking about was Ahmed Hussein Swale, who used to work with Anas Aremiyao Anas. Now this person is dead. Moving on to our own Kennedy Ohini Agyapong. Today, the minority side of parliament, or the opposition, talking about the National Democratic Congress, all that they spoke about in Parliament today was basically calling for the arrest of Maverick MP, that's for Asin Central Kennedy Ohini Agyapong. Yes, I mean, this thing took some small thing, but then it seems like a lot of people, not just the US, the BBC, and the FIFA, it's not just these people who are calling that the perpetrators and anybody who knows something about this particular matter should be brought to book. The minority in Parliament, talking about the NDC, have also finally come out telling the President of the Republic of Ghana to make sure that they arrest, our own Maverick MP Kennedy Ohini Agyapong, because what he did, he incited violence and then it has caused murder. So Kennedy Ohini Agyapong here is to be blamed for the murder. Today we saw, big wigs in the NDC talking about Ablakwa, the names, Sam Sinahi, all of them, they've all come out to condemn the act and say that our own Maverick MP, Kennedy Ohini Agyapong, should be arrested, because if this was America, Kennedy Ohini Agyapong would have been behind bars long time. But then because his party is in power and then the MPP is also a big significant figure here, that's why this whole thing is going along like a slow case. They want to silence him and all that. But then breaking news we are also giving to our people is that the NDC have finally come out that they want to see that our own Maverick MP Kennedy Ohini Agyapong be locked behind bars and he should be interrogated. He should be the first person who should be interrogated about the death of this young journalist, talking about Ahmed Hussein Swale. So currently that is what is going on here. This case has taken into a huge turn, and we also are aware that this particular journalist who died, whose name is Ahmed Hussein Swale, he did not just work with Anas Arimia Anas, he worked with the BBC, he worked with Al Jazeera, and they had a lot of projects which were upcoming. And the information we are getting right now is that he had 2 wives and 8 children. Now that is there, the big question that a lot of people are asking is that who is going to take care of these children? So that is the breaking news we are giving to our people right here on this channel. Moving on to some rather good news for the whole of the country. All is about our own Kevin Prince Boateng, who is a footballer. he played for Ghana during the recent World Cup that we went, and then he was one of the best players. Arguably, he sacrificed his country, that's Germany, to be with his original homeland country, Ghana, to play for us. He did a very great thing there, even though some issues and all of those things. So he couldn't continue to play for the Black Stars of Ghana. Some good news is that even though he used to play with Inter Milan and some other teams like Blaugrana, today information we are getting is that this footballer by the name Kevin Prince Boateng, who is a very classic footballer. If you love football, you realize that he's one of the best footballers we have in this world. Information we are getting is that he is finally set to move to Barcelona to play number 9. A very great news, and currently it's one of the news which is trending here in Ghana. According to Go.com, they confirmed that Barcelona have confirmed the somewhat surprising transfer of Kevin Prince Boateng from Swasulu. Go reported earlier Monday that the attacker was on the verge of a shock move from Serie A side when he joined this past summer to link up with the Liga champions. The transfer includes 8 million or 7 million euros or 9 million euros option to buy, while Barca will pay a 2 million loan fee for Boateng to feature for them in the remainder of the season. So it's a very good thing, because at a point in time a lot of people were of the view that this young man's career was just dwindling. We saw that he was on loan, the teams that he was playing with, it was not somewhat good, even though he was playing so well. But then thank God that this Ghanaian footballer who sacrificed for our country some time ago is now moving to Barcelona. He's going to play number 9 for Barcelona. And according to information that we are also getting, this particular move came directly from the coach, who thinks that this particular Kevin Prince Boateng will be very good. It's going to help him a lot in terms of Barcelona gaining a lot of wins and a whole lot of things. So it's a very big move, and as you are showing on the screen, this is the official page of FC Barcelona, and they say that all details about the new FC Barcelona player at KP Boateng. So you can Google and search more about it, but currently it's one of the biggest news which has come to Ghana that we need to talk about. It's apart from the killing of this young journalist, which has also turned into a national discussion that we are always following. So if you are new here, please subscribe to our channel, also like and share this video to your various social media handles. In the meantime, to let us know what you think about what is going on today. As we said earlier on, Kwesi Nyantakyi, who was sitting somewhere, he was thinking about himself. The Ghana police have confirmed that they have interrogated him because he could be a possible suspect in the murder of this young journalist by the name Ahmed Hussein Swale, and also the minority in parliament, talking about the National Democratic Congress, who the opposition in Ghana's parliament is calling for the arrest of our own maverick MP Kennedy Ohini Agyapong. And the way things are going, they are moving on to make sure that perhaps this MP will be impeached, or perhaps they will kick him out of parliament, because according to them, he does not deserve to sit in parliament after committing such heinous crime. We'll give you more updates on all of this issue. If you are new here, as you said earlier on, subscribe, and also thank you very much for watching.